So, you want to be an it girl?
Hi guys, and welcome back to Confessions of a Wannabe It Girl. We are here with our only three-peat guest, Sydney. Sydney, what brings you into the podcast today?
Today, our topic is nipples.
Yes, you heard it here first. We're talking nipples. So Sydney, why are we talking about nipples?
Okay, in all seriousness, I recently had a little incident with Instagram, and I thought it would be a great topic to talk about. I know it was talked about, like
Sort of.
Kind of talked about maybe like a few years ago, and then it kind of, fell off like things do that aren't trending. But recently I had another experience with this issue, and I think it should be talked about because I don't know why this is like still a thing. I posted a picture of myself on the beach. I was topless with a bikini bottoms on. My boyfriend took the photos, but I was
Wait, let's clarify. Her boyfriend is like, this is not like Pam and Tommy.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is like it was like a legit photo shoot.
Right,
Okay,
you are a model.
I'm a model. My boyfriend does some videography and photography.
Yes, I was like,
this wasn't like a camcorder situation.
Just for the audience, like it's not a sex tape.
Good point. No, I'm like Kim and who is her man?
Now, Pete Davidson?
No. Her man that she did the sex tape with.
Oh, Ray J.
It's
not that. Okay.
It's not that situation.
You are a model, and
I wanted some nice new. I was finally starting to feel confident again. Like I finally lost all my COVID weight, and I was like feeling good. We were on vacation, and I loved how these photos came out. And I was like, oh my god! Like finally, I felt really good about like some photos that I had taken.
You are often a bikini model.
Yeah, and I did a ton of bikini model. Like a lot of my modeling, I've done some fashion here and there, but a lot of it was like swimwear, kind of like
you have
artsy,
a surfer girl look too.
Implied photography. So anyway, photos came out great. I was laying on the beach, so front of me was down in sand. It was like a slide of 3 photos. So the first photo, I purposely had tried to like stick sand onto my boobs to make it like an artsy way to cover it up. Because I was like, well, they do, like I knew in my head they had to be Instagram appropriate because in the past they had been removing photos for nipple showing. So I went out of my way to stick sand to my titties. And first photo, okay, you could tell it like kind of looks like it might be my nipple, but if you zoom in, it's just the sand.
Right.
Second photo, I'm like a little bit more arched up. So you could see like a part of it. And then the third photo, I'm like on my hands and knees, and you could see like the corner, like tip of the nip. So I was like, okay, well I have to go in and edit these because I know they're gonna get flagged for Instagram.
So you did edit them?
Yes. So I knew I had to go in and edit them because I was like, well,
these are the raw.
Instagram is going to flag these, which first of all is still like, it wasn't I was standing there fully like undone. And even so, I have totally seen some shit on Instagram that is like.
Yeah. We'll get into that.
Anyway, so I edited them, posted them. I haven't posted in like so long. I was like all excited and happy and like, my boyfriend took these photos.
Right. Like it's actually like really, I even told you, I was like, oh, that's kind of hot that her boyfriend took the photos of them because it's like, oh, they're both like in that industry. Like, I don't know. That gets me going.
Yeah. It's like power couple.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You know? So,
Hunter, you got to get your acting career together. I'm just joking. I'm completely joking.
So
Please don't do that.
I'm going to make him do a short film just so I could like star in it.
Love it. Can I act in it too?
Yeah.
All right. Sidebar. Ignore us. Continue.
I don't know, maybe like 5 hours go by, and I got home from my day to like check my likes.
Yeah.
As one does to see how many
I'm
people
impressed
like
you waited 5 hours. I'm like, refresh. Refresh.
No, I do that like for the first like hour,
Me too.
and then like I'll let it go, and then I'll like check again at night. Which is like so fucking ridiculous, but it is what it is. I'm honest here. I'm gonna be honest about it.
Confessions of a
And
wannabe
I
it
go
girl.
back to look at my post, and it's gone. My post was gone. It was removed. I like opened up Instagram. It got flagged for not following community guidelines. So I was more like pissed off that like it was a photo that it was like a series of photos that I had like finally felt really confident and comfortable about, and then they got removed. Like, to me, that's what kind of hurt my feelings the most, was I was like, man, like I finally like was excited again about like modeling and like getting back into it, and like felt really confident like about myself and my body. And Instagram was just like, nah, fuck you, like,
nope,
inappropriate. And it like really, and like I get it, like I get why they want to like keep things under a certain censorship. But you know, for the video, I think you should pull up the photos and show.
Let's do this. Okay,
we should show the photos so that you
let's
guys know
show
what
the
we're talking
photos
about.
because so let me see it. I'll give it a little from my perspective as
we'll
I'm
show
pulling
them
up.
after.
Yeah, so
the
I
one
saw
I have is edited right now.
I saw the photos and but I'm your friend, so I can be creepy. I zoomed in to see your nipple because I'm curious of like
to see how this like.
I'm like,
how
how's
much is
this one
actually
gonna
showing?
fucking go? Except for when I'm looking at them right now. When I pulled them up, I fucking zoom in, guys. Like, I zoom in. I'm like, I have no shame about this. I'm zooming in. I like the photo. Obviously, we're friends. Even if I wasn't your friend, I would check it.
Be like,
I can't see your nipples. I couldn't see them.
It was so. It was like so slight. I have the original
tiny
ones I uploaded. That I can show you.
Which camera? Can we go to this camera? So this.
Well, those are the edited ones.
This is the edited version. His Instagram. I always link Sydney's Instagram in the episode. So you can see them. And here's the next.
So these are edited or unedited?
These are the edited. Post
I'll
Instagram.
explain that edit. That wasn't the original edit.
Okay, take us through the whole.
So
let's just get the lay of the land.
I like took my skin and like made it more of my skin that wasn't the nipple.
So that's the version I saw.
That was the original.
There's the raw
version.
that we can see your nipples.
There's a raw, and then there was a first edit, which is what I posted.
And then that gets flagged.
That got flagged, and then I was like, well, fuck you guys. So Jack, it's fine, we're using his name.
Jack's name's it out.
Yeah. He's like, okay, so he goes online and he finds out, like, he looks up how you can, like, appeal this, like, review. I didn't know you could.
Okay.
So he, like, sends me the article and he's like, here, go, like, appeal it. Like, that's fucked up.
What is the community guideline? Do we know? Keep telling the story.
I'll look it up. Okay. So,
So he sends you the article.
And I can't, like, formally appeal it with, so what you can do is you click, like, review request or something.
Okay.
And it's just like a button that you click and it says review, and it like sends Instagram a thing like, hey, I think my post has been removed by mistake. Can you please review it again? But it doesn't let you like write anything. Like I thought I could like write and like explain myself.
Right.
But
it was
doesn't
just like
allow that at all. It's just like
review.
a button you click to review.
What were you going to say? If you could write something. No, I'm genuinely curious.
If I could write something, I was going to say, hey, Instagram. I'm not quite sure, you know, why. I mean, in the heat of the moment, I probably would have like went totally off, but I would have been along the lines of just like, I'm not sure why this got flagged. You can clearly like, you can't see my nipples at all. I actually went through the effort of editing it so that you couldn't see my nipples. Even though you still get some like side boob, like there are plenty of other photos of women in lingerie and like porn stars in lingerie.
So you can see their nipples through it.
You can either see their nipples through. There's immense amount of side boob, or like their full ass is like open in the photo.
Right.
Like also the guidelines state like you're not allowed to like portray sexual acts or like ask for nudes or like offer to sell nudes. And I'm like,
so they don't know Instagram at all?
No way in this photo am I like asking for sex or selling sex.
Right. There's no money involved in this.
It was like the photo's like very pretty like model-esque.
Right, I agree.
Know?
I think it's also very normal for your type of content. Like, I don't think it's any...
and if you look at my other content...
Dude, the
there
video
is, like,
of you...
there's other stuff that is, like...
Yeah.
quite a bit like more sexual.
So
honestly.
here's the short version of Instagram's guidelines. We want Instagram to continue to be an authentic and a safe place for inspiration and expressing us. Help us foster this community. Post only your photos and videos and always allow the law and respect everyone on Instagram. Don't spam people or post nudity. Okay,
They should make
much.
an age limit then, and you have to submit your
What?
driver's license.
There is an age restriction. I think it's 13.
Do you have to no, it should be
it should
16. Also, just for plain fucking mental health
I agree.
reasons, it should be.
That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother
But,
podcast.
You know.
But basically, though, we've seen so much. What is nudity? What is nudity? Like, what is the definition? In my mind, nudity to me at this
It's
point,
like full
vagina,
nude
full nipples.
Yeah.
That's full nudity.
Side boob is not nudity.
Side boob in 2022.
Butt cheek,
Not nudity.
It has to be full frontal, like what they say in film. Like, are you okay with doing a full frontal? Like, to me,
That's interesting because I want to get into that too. So basically, what we're saying is Instagram has so much nudity out there on there. Not full nudity. We'll say implied nudity for the clarification. And this, I personally would agree, goes into the implied nudity
Yes, it
spectrum.
would be implied, yeah.
And why is this still being flagged?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, okay. It gets worse. So
Okay, continue.
they review it and they're like, nah, B, your photo's still inappropriate. We're not putting it back on Instagram. Because if they review it and then they're like, oh, maybe, okay, we were wrong. So apparently they have a server, like bots that are flagging stuff. And then they have people that are flagging stuff.
Like me or like people who work for Instagram flagging?
I think people that work for Instagram.
Okay.
So they have bots, robots flagging naked stuff. And then they have people doing it. So then I was like,
I think I can flag
so
a post as
disappointed.
inappropriate too.
you could, you could submit, you could say,
Yeah.
oh, this is inappropriate and
Right.
flag it. But
I would never
think
do
there's
that,
people that
though.
are actually working at Instagram,
Yes.
going through different posts, monitoring it. So then my other friend was like, dude, I think someone must have reported your post. That's the only way, which I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that is the only way that you can get
I'm sure it's not
flagged.
the only way.
But she was like, no, someone must have reported you.
I think your account has this kind of attention on it.
Yeah.
And versus there are other people, I would say, in your same level, in your same category, who for some reason just don't have attention on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone once upon a time reported something and they've just stuck to you like a leech.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably what happened. That's
Yeah.
probably what happened. Well,
So-
the next photo I post better be fine. I'm posting one tonight with my hands like this, so we'll see.
Okay, but then you post these photos
So,
with
anyway,
the scribble.
I'm like, okay, fuck Instagram. I'm like, I'm going to post them again.
Right.
But instead, so what I've done before is I had a post maybe a couple months ago where I'm floating in the water on my back, my chest is up, and I did a little white squiggle
The squiggle.
on my nipple. And nothing happened. It was totally fine.
So it's literally just the shame around
So
having a nipple.
I was like, okay, what if I try the white squiggle on these photos?
And it worked.
Well, no, it got flagged again. So I posted them. I waited a week,
Yeah.
did the squiggle, posted them again, went up maybe another 4 hours go by, gets flagged. And I'm like, twitching, right? And I'm like, fuck that, review it. It gets approved, and they put it back up on my Instagram.
So yeah, you for sure, in my opinion, you for sure are leached by Instagram, and they are just flagging anything with your nudity. But this
one specific,
better because you squiggled it.
I don't know, because I have a 3 or oh my god, this photo.
Also, just so you know, you have to be 13 to join Instagram, which 13-year-old boys have seen titties
Look
and
at
girls.
this squiggle. I never got reported. Nothing for this.
Right. This is the photo I was thinking of earlier. Show the camera.
This photo never got reported. Was totally fine.
Right.
And then wait, we have this one.
Yeah. So really,
But
Instagram
then-
just
so-
has a problem with the actual physical nipple and not skin.
I think someone said that maybe it's because I haven't posted in a while, so they kind of forgot about me, and then I did, and it like came up as like a thing. But apparently, you're allowed to have squiggly titties. But
So squiggles are good. No nipples, and skin is fine because we've clearly seen a lot of skin on Instagram. Okay, so let's go back to how this experience made you feel.
I don't know. I was really upset. I felt like I was being like, I was more just upset because, like I said, I hadn't posted in a while. I finally felt confident again, and it felt like someone was like putting me down.
Yeah, I kind of put it in the dress code category. You know, when you're in middle school and you get dress coded, and it's like, okay.
Well, and like the super skinny girls could wear super short shorts, but the girls with booties like had to wear jeans
or tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
It was the exact same thing.
It's the exact thing. And it's this weird cycle that I'm sure it's happened to men too in some way, but like for the point of this episode, we're going to choose to focus on women. It's this weird shaming of like, no, like, no, you can't be that way.
That's such a great way to think about it.
It's such a shame thing. Like, put yourself away, put your body away. Like, no. Like, we can't see that.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm, like spread eagle, like on Instagram. I just don't get it. And I just don't understand why this whole nipple thing is like still a thing.
Right.
Like, I thought we were like past that. Like,
Let's
what
get into
happened to the whole
Free the nipple?
When was that? Was that 2019, 2018?
No idea. But it was like not that long ago. Like Miley Cyrus was very involved in Free the Nip, like whatnot. So it was like this huge online movement campaign to like destigmatize the sexuality of nipples, really.
Yeah.
Because also, I mean, I might sound horribly unintelligent as I say this, so I'm going to watch myself. But you know that when we're like in our mommy's tummies, like at first, like you don't have a gender, and that's why men have nipples too.
Oh, yeah, because they're not, like, sure yet.
Yeah, like, sure. I'm sure that's how it works. They're like, which one is it? But, like, that's, so, like, it's always been really weird to me that men have nipples, too, and it's, like, totally fine.
It's just because female boobs have been super overly sexualized by the male population, like, over history.
And also, America, I would say more.
America specifically, yeah.
America
you can go to Europe
specifically.
and be full tittied out.
Right. See, let's talk about that.
Miami also works, but...
Really? Wait, I don't know that.
Oh, yeah, you can be, like, full titties out in Miami. They don't give a fuck over there. But Miami's, like, its own...
beast.
That's a
like
whole thing.
any beach, you can just be topless in Miami.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure they don't give a fuck. I don't know if it's, like, a law that you're allowed to do it, but, like, no one gives a fuck. I mean, like, you can walk down the street with your titties out in Miami and no one will give a fuck.
Okay.
Basically.
I'm not doing that, but that's just me.
Yeah. So if you like to have your titties out, move to Miami.
Move to Miami. So the sexualization is like a huge thing in America, and like forever, for the longest time, it's been not a thing in Europe. Like, why are we still so obsessed with it in America? Even though there's been a huge push for nudity content on Instagram. Not really TikTok, because I think there's...
It's a little bit of a younger
It's a younger crowd still. And then, not to mention, television has had like a massive shift towards nudity and
television
actual
is
sexual
TV
content.
It's just like soft porn now.
No, I know.
It's like...
It's really different.
HBO is like a porn channel.
Okay, well, let's get into that. So HBO is a subscription.
Yeah.
So because you pay for it, they've always been able to get away with it more.
You had to, even when it was on cable, you had to pay.
Yes,
like,
to have the
extra,
channel.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So HBO has always had like, you know, whatever. But there was this show, ironically, its name is Nip Tuck.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was about plastic surgery.
Right. It was about plastic surgery. It was, I want to say 2005, 2006. Don't quote me on that.
Wait, is that a good reality show?
No, it's not a reality show. It's a theatrical content show. It's
I thought it was a reality show.
No, like it's not like botched or anything. It's like a literally TV show about two plastic surgeons. And this show really pushed the fucking, I think it was on Showtime. It really freaking, so maybe that wasn't main cable.
It was on FX.
FX.
Oh, okay.
And it really broke the barrier of what we're going to show on TV sexually.
It was about plastic surgery.
It was about plastic surgery.
Okay.
And they really, really just like pushed the fucking limit. And that's kind of when there was this huge flop and change in like what we're going to show on TV, not just in film or like for subscription HBO TV. So it's just kind of weird to me that nudity is still so shamed. So shamed on the internet.
I'm
and
like,
the perception.
is it shamed or is it not shamed? It's like
By-
a very, like the line must be so freaking thin.
thin.
It's like so thin. I don't understand.
So, in my opinion.
And I don't think we will ever know why things like, I honestly don't think like we'll ever know like what Instagram really, like they would need to like come out and have like a fucking public service announcement
Right.
to tell us.
And is it the
because,
same in Europe?
like on Instagram?
Yeah, like we don't know.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like, I don't know.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I
like
don't
in
know.
Europe, are you allowed to post pictures of your titties on the beach?
Yeah, because like that's what people do. Like it's not.
I don't know. I know that they have different stuff for different countries though, because I know like in Australia, Instagram. This is what I heard from my friend that was from Australia.
Yeah.
And she said that they were in Australia. They were removing likes.
Oh,
But only in Australia.
Yeah,
and they were
no,
like
I've heard
testing
this.
it out in
I've
Australia.
heard that too. Yeah, so like
Now
they
they
do
now
different
they have the
things.
option for it here.
Yeah,
but-
they are doing different things with Instagram.
But with different like countries, they were
Right.
testing different things.
So, yeah, we don't know what they're like. What's allowed in Europe for it?
That's a really good
We have no
question.
idea. But like the main thing is, I think corporations and big companies like Instagram are still trying to keep their corporate squeaky clean by having this nudity thing.
Yeah, but there's like, yeah, but like some of the like, if you go look at like a porn star's Instagram,
Yeah. No, it's not.
it's like,
No, but like
I,
that's
like,
what I'm
don't
saying. I think it's
understand.
a gray line. I think they're like, do it, but don't get caught. And if you get
Yeah,
caught,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
fucked. It's do it, don't get caught by us. But if you do get caught with us, our policy actually says this. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I think.
yeah, it's the whole squiggly line thing. Just
Right. Leave it a little
and that
up to
too.
imagination.
It's like, yeah,
right.
like what if it was my vagina? Can I squiggle over my vagina?
Do you want to test it?
Should we test it? Post a
I'm like, do you want to
pussy
test it right now?
picture? Squiggly line it.
Squiggly line.
You know, I bet it would be fine. I
bet it
if
would.
you squiggled over your vagina, it would be fine.
Great. So you'll do it and get back to us about that. I'm completely kidding.
I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Right. But so like I imagine how you felt is how I'm going to get a little personal with this take. How I felt about Sydney Sweeney being attacked in Euphoria for being nude. Because I'm like, guys, this is a fucking TV show. It is her job.
Oh, I totally agree with that. My issue with that was I feel like they were exploiting her, kind of.
Okay.
I feel like, yeah, it's fine. That's her job, and like that was her role. But I feel like she was like the only one that was showing like that much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is interesting because in the previous season there was
It was kind of
more.
like everybody.
Yeah, well, except for Zendaya because she's got Disney money. So
Yeah, except for Zendaya. But everyone
Disney
else,
money.
I felt like I didn't have a problem with Sydney being nude. I
Right.
had a problem with the fact that I felt like they were taking advantage of her.
Okay, that's a different problem,
Yeah.
and that's something that like I don't feel like I can speak on.
Yeah.
And like I feel like the only people who can really speak upon that are the people that are close to Sydney Sweeney and Sydney Sweeney herself.
That's true. Like,
And she
I
can-
wouldn't know. That's just, I think that's
Right.
what it looks like
But
from the outside.
then
to some
imagine you're
people.
on this massive fucking TV show. Massive. And people everywhere are left and right making you feel bad about this decision you've made. Maybe, yes, we need to have a conversation about is she being exploited? Sure, that's an internal thing to be dealt
Yeah.
with. And if she needs to get the media involved, I agree. Let's get the media involved for her. But honestly, leave her the fuck alone. Like, we don't need to make her feel shameful about it. And I
Yeah,
kind of feel
yeah.
it's the same with Instagram. Like, if a woman who is of age, which you are, not to give away your age.
Psych, just kidding.
Psych.
I'm 17.
Yeah,
No.
well, that's a whole nother problem. Decides to put this out online on their own accord in an unexploitative why are we still bashing them? That's what I have a problem with. And saying, dress code, like what you do is not okay.
Yeah, like I get the dress code, I guess, in grade school, but
I never got the dress code.
I mean, I never got it, but like you're in grade school, but like if you're a minor, that's one thing, but
what? So I have to dress appropriately so the teacher doesn't look at me?
Oh, that's a good point.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The teacher should know how to control himself.
I remember when I was in school, they said that it was so that the boys in class could focus.
Why is maybe you need to get them on some Adderall because like that's not my job. My job is to be me, express myself however I want.
I mean, I get you shouldn't be like,
I totally get that I shouldn't show up to, fourth period gym in a bikini.
Yeah.
But like if my shorts are not showing my ass cheek, like I have a lot of issues with the dress code if you can't tell.
Did they like?
Yes, and I got dress coded often.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've really evened out now, but for the time like I looked a little just like bigger than everyone else because like my boobs really came in. I don't have a lot of places for that weight to go. So like I just had boobs.
And when you're like younger, you don't really know how to like dress for your body.
No, I had no idea.
Changing and stuff. You don't really like
I still dressed like my friends who were stick skinny.
Yeah.
I didn't have curves. And so I dressed like them and it didn't look right anymore. And like I look at photos and I'm like, oh, that doesn't look right like fashionably, but I'm not concerned about the fact that my skin is showing in extra places compared to my like underdeveloped friends I'm standing next to. But it's like, it's shameful. And like, I really have some pent up feelings about this that I'm getting out in this. I
love that I can bring this out
but that's why I've always like never had an issue with it with other people and like how they want to express themselves on platforms. Like I'm never like, sure, I have a jealousy. Like I'll be like, oh, like blah 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 looks fucking great, topless. But like I don't go like, oh, she shouldn't be posting that. Like,
oh yeah,
I don't ever have that, and like, it's I don't have kids, whatever
thing.
But the shame that you're taught to feel is the issue in my mind.
Yeah,
it's just
I agree.
Not productive.
I think that's the main problem with this.
Yes,
that is the whole main like issue.
Right.
With this,
you're shamed for having a body, like.
I'm shamed for side boob.
Side boob, which like if you walk down literally fucking La Brea, you're gonna see side boob.
See like some homeless side boob, some crazy side boob.
Dude, I've seen
Beverly Hills side boob.
Right, like I've seen. You don't even have to like. I don't know why people pay for porn anymore. Just like
I know, right?
Like turn on HBO or walk down the street.
So anyway, I would really love to see like I wish there was a way. Oh, and the fact that on Instagram that you can ask them to review it, but you can't give a written statement.
Yeah, that needs to be changed.
That one needs to be changed. The fact that I can't like actually express like why I feel like this should be removed is kind of not fair. It's kind of like, okay, we'll give you the option to review it, but like it's still going to be our opinion.
Right.
We're still not going to consider your thoughts on feelings on this.
Right.
Like we'll take like one more look at it, but
not really.
But yeah, like I feel like, and that's what happened at first when it got reviewed and it still didn't get put back up. I was like, oh, this is just like them giving me the option to click this button and feel better about myself for like a second. But like, it's really not going to change anything.
It's not.
So on the second one, when I finally did it, like, I wonder if it was someone literally like on the back end. Like I just imagine this like person on their computer, like, getting my like reviews like sent to them, and they were probably just like, oh, we should just let this girl have her post.
Right. Like she tried again.
Like she tried again like 3 more times. Like we'll just fucking let her have it.
Right. But you did make an improvement every time in their eyes.
At this point, it like was by like the 3rd time. It wasn't about me wanting to have my photo on Instagram. It was about like, this is fucked up.
And I'm going to keep doing it.
And I'm upset about it. Yeah.
Good.
So that's kind of where I was coming from. But I really wonder if Instagram's gonna almost like go backwards and they're like
clean it the fuck up.
Like get even more intense, or if they're gonna start to like.
Let's debate this one. That's a tough one because
if
you asked my opinion from all the TikTok and I consume and all the people I talk to on the podcast, I would say Instagram is dying. And a lot of people have said that to me, even though I agree and I a little
It's
disagree.
definitely not like, I don't think it will ever be like maybe where it is.
Right.
I think
it's falling.
Well, also it's just generated, I feel like, which is also another topic, but I feel like the amount of like mental health issues that it has generated.
That's social media in general, though.
So, yeah, social media in general.
Right. That's going to follow to the next platform,
But
too.
I feel like it's been like so much, like some people are just like over it. Like,
Yeah,
I
some
used to
people
be
are over
so into it, and I feel like a lot of people are just like, I'm just over it. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like,
Yes.
I don't want to worry about it.
I agree. I
that's
agree.
kind of
That's
what's
what's hurting Instagram. So, like, on one hand, I think, like, maybe they will clean up their act a little bit to compete with TikTok because TikTok has always stood their ground on that this is a children's app.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if they're, or, which I actually think would be the smarter decision, I think they should say fuck it. And just like,
I think they should say
I
fuck
think they
it
should
and just let it fucking
let it
go.
fucking
I think
be.
I think it would be fucking hilarious. If you
Right.
And you know what? If TikTok's gonna be the children's app, then Instagram can be the adult app.
right.
Then
And
make
like,
it adult. Make it like you have to like submit your
age.
like
Right.
license or like some type of proof.
And here's
or
the
something.
thing with YouTube that I wish they would. So we're now discussing. We naturally slid into what I wanted to go to next. What is the right medium? So on YouTube, and for instance, the service that I upload this podcast to, it has a button. It says, "Does this have explicit content?" We say "fuck" all the time. We're literally talking about nipples.
yeah.
Why can't you, when you post an Instagram photo, click the little button that says this contains like some might
such a good
consider
point.
sexual content.
I never
so then
thought
if
about
you're
that.
under 18, you just it won't
It won't
can't
come up.
you can't have it.
That's such a good point.
Right? And like I think YouTube has it too. They say
Yeah.
is
you
this
can say
made
is
for
this
kids?
Yeah.
Or not. So
And it gives you
Instagram
the
needs to
option.
get with it on that one because I don't get why they have it.
That's a good point.
Thank you.
Because okay, so if now that Facebook owns Instagram,
Yes.
if I posted that photo, let's say just on Facebook, but not on Instagram,
what would happen?
Are they monitoring Facebook? Like if I put
Does
it on
anyone
my wall,
care about Facebook?
I don't use it. I fucking hate Facebook.
Me too. I have it because I'm in an acting group.
I have a
that
dance group
that I need
and
to
I'm
be
like,
in it.
really? Like, can we just do this?
We
in
need
a
to switch it
different-
to Slack, but like, you know,
Yeah,
what
I'm
I
like-
love Slack. I'm a huge Slack
Yeah,
fan.
I'm use Slack now.
Love
too.
Slack.
It's so funny because me and my roommate, you just like hear it during the day, like.
Yep,
oh my
Hunter.
God.
Hunter really is into Discord. We're digressing, but the point is, like,
No,
what if they did that?
I'm curious. Like, yeah, I really wonder if they would do that.
Right. So then you just can't find
Who's
it.
monitoring Facebook? I mean, no one really gives a fuck, but
But like, for instance,
they've got to be. It's the same company.
do your parents, like, friends have you on Facebook?
That's true. That's probably why no one posts shit on Facebook,
Right.
because there's way too much family involved.
Involved. Yeah, that's why people probably keep that, you know, the cute, you know, even for somebody who's not like a model and like yourself,
Yeah.
doesn't post their bikini pics on Facebook because
that's a good point.
like there's too many, the network and the reach is too large. Like of who you're gonna
Yeah,
reach.
and like companies and businesses.
Even
you
though
know,
they
companies
can easily type in, I think we're old. I think this is old. Like we're old to think this. Because the first thing I do when I'm like about to meet somebody I haven't met and they send me their names, I look them up on Instagram. Like I'm not like, let me pull up their fucking Facebook. Like,
Yeah, but like on my Instagram, like if you don't know, just call me Sydney Rose. Like,
Right, you wouldn't
find
know.
me. You wouldn't find me.
That is true.
Like all like my work people. Oh my God, I joined like a Zoom the other
Yes.
day, and my Zoom account said Sydney Rose.
And
I
you
don't know
changed it.
why, but everyone's
Right.
like, Sydney Rose. Like, is that your name?
right.
And I was like,
No.
yeah, but I was like, oh fuck, like I should change that before someone looks me up on Instagram.
Right.
Because that was the whole point of me using.
Sydney Rose.
Because some people like will have like their Instagram name, but then like that you like, which would be like something different.
Right.
But you could still look up their full name because they have their full name like
Right.
attached
That's
to their
how mine
account.
is.
I don't. So
Yeah.
it still doesn't work that way.
Like mine says Marley Freygang, but my username, because it just, I don't know. I was trying to jazz it up. It says Marley well, previously my Instagram was at Marley Girly. And Hunter was like, this is a little unprofessional. And he's like,
That's right.
and he was like, if you're gonna like use Instagram to like network, you
Yeah.
should probably change it. And I was like, well, at Marley Freygang is boring.
Boring.
So I wanted it to be at Marley Rose
Rose,
Freygang because
make
my
it, like-
middle name is not Rose, it's Rosenthal, but which is my mom's last name.
Oh, that's true.
But
I didn't even think
Marley
about that.
Rosenthal Freygang. Marley Rose already doesn't fit in the thing, so we had to like whatever. This is relevant, but like the point being, and also,
but
like,
most of the time, yes, people do look you up on Instagram. People go to Instagram. No one's going to Facebook.
And yours does not connect to your true last name.
Or like, yeah, thank God. But
why do you have that reaction? Thank God.
Because of all my titties that are all over my Instagram account.
Okay. Sydney, you're causing a contradiction here. You think you should put it out there, but you don't want people to know that it's out there.
No, it's not that I really give a fuck about them knowing or seeing, but I just know that in like a corporate professional world, it would be like a problem.
Would it?
I don't know, actually. Maybe they don't really give a fuck. I really don't know, but I don't really want to like.
Let's not find out with you. Let's just like toss the ball back and forth on this one for a second.
I don't know.
I think with teachers, it could be a problem.
Well, okay, that's why I originally did it. It was because I was teaching little girls ballet.
Right.
And that was the whole reason for me originally doing this double
Instagram
name thing. And like that, I can stand behind and back, like, you know. And fucking dance moms are psycho. I didn't want them searching, like, you know.
Right.
If I'm their teacher. So, but yes, like if someone like that I worked with, like, saw my Instagram, I would not give a fuck. But if they're like, but you never know who's like hiring you.
Right. So like when are we all just gonna like make the switch to like what you do in your off time is just like your off time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it can progress, but I don't think it's ever going to go away because you're never going to know who. I honestly don't, and that's why it's just like, fuck it, just use a different name, just make it easy and post whatever the fuck you want. And it shouldn't be that way, but like, it is what it is, and you never know who's going to be like, who might actually give a fuck, whether it's appropriate for them to give a fuck or not.
Right. That's the distinction. Is it appropriate for us to still, in 2022, be giving a fuck about people's bodies and people's nipples? Or is it really time for particularly the internet to just like get over it? Like, I don't know. I think it's time to get over. If you want, I
mean, kids, if they want to go to fucking Pornhub, they can just go to Pornhub
it's
anyway.
Free.
So I don't understand, like, what. Yeah, I don't understand.
What is it? The fact that like, I mean, not that porn stars aren't real people, but is it like the fact that like this person is like a real person that's not like an extreme limelight that they can't do it?
Yeah, but their whole thing on Instagram, according to their community guidelines, are about, it has nothing to do with what kind of person you are. It has to do with what
their roles are.
Their role is, like, whether they're selling sex or exploiting sex, selling sex, trying to get sex. And that's literally, like, you obviously don't want, like, I know Instagram doesn't want, like, them to turn into, like, a porn website.
Right, okay.
But it's not like they're, like, what they're hiding from
children is not on the internet elsewhere.
Yeah, that's
right.
I guess.
And I think, like, it's elsewhere. So it's not like, I guess they just don't want Instagram to be taken away from children.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Because
maybe
they're the next generation.
Maybe if they allowed it, they're worried that it'll become that.
Right.
Because America is so obsessed with porn.
Right. But, like, okay, so maybe don't post your sex tape on Instagram. I would say that's a no.
Okay, yeah, maybe, yeah, that can be like a hard no. Like,
that can be a hard
block that one.
We'll block that one.
On, like, you know, like,
let it be.
Yeah, and like super like full on
sexual,
like a photo of like someone getting penetrated. Like,
that's probably a no. That I'm gonna put that in the no category.
Like if a man and female are standing there, you know, like Greek god statues, like naked and like artsy, like why not?
Yeah, I agree, and I think we should add that little check. If Instagram needs to protect their ass, because I think a huge part of this is Instagram trying to protect their ass. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier, that gray line. It's like, you can do it, but don't get caught. Mm-hmm. Then let's like add that little box and says this like photo contains imagery that may be considered sexualized to some, not to all, to some, and you can check it. And then let's just take it out of the people who shouldn't be seeing that in Instagram's eyes, which I'm assuming is children, anyone under 18. Let's just like remove it from their feed. I think they need to take some more responsibility if they want
Well, you know
that.
what they do though?
What?
Like when there's like, I've had some things that I've scrolled down and it's been like if it's like animal brutality.
Yes, the sensitivity thing.
And it'll be like, hey, this is sensitive content. Like click if you
Right,
are
TikTok
okay
does
with
that
seeing.
too.
Yeah, like
Why do
they do that with like animals getting eaten by each other, but
a nipple.
but they can't do that for like some titties? I don't
Also,
understand.
if you had that on your thing and it was like, this contains sensitive information.
It's like a thing in your settings.
Yes.
You go I have mine on because
right. Okay, cool. I do too.
Yeah.
I don't like to see
I don't need to
that
see,
shit.
like-
But imagine like, it's like Sydney Rose posted a photo. This photo contains what may be considered
People
explicit
be
content.
like,
Click, 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 click. Like everyone's gonna click it. So I don't know. Instagram, I think we have some really fucking
I
good
hope you're
ideas.
listening.
Yeah,
You know what we should do? We should tweet to Instagram and link the podcast episode to them.
For many reasons, I don't have a Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter either for the same many reasons, but I think
Well, I'm sure one of your many reasons is not that you can't spell, but
no,
I mean-
I used to get in too many arguments on Twitter. That's why.
no, you didn't. We've digressed.
Well, okay, one of our friends has a Twitter, and we'll get them.
We'll
to
get
tweet
them.
the podcast.
Tweet
episode.
at Elon
So
Musk.
Instagram.
Bye.
If you're listening, this one's for you.
We had some great ideas. Sydney, once again, thank you so much for coming on the pod. Our
Absolutely.
three-peat guest only, literally
As always.
the day 2 podcast guest.
Next time something ridiculous happens to me, I'll be sure to make another appearance.
Yes. And as always, I love you. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next Tuesday.